Just going back to dun sa dark web, no? How did the DICT become aware na yung Jollibee data nga was in the dark web?
So we have sensors. We have scanners that scan everything from the surface web to the dark web. Nakita yon. Plus, pinublish ni Dark Web Connect, no, which is another, may mga alias din sila, no? We have suspects who they really are, but we don't. Suspects pa lang. But after that, ang maganda naman, Jollibee did inform NPC. Because remember, this is also a reminder. If you have a data breach, you are mandated by law to report within 48 hours that you had a data breach. That's first. And then second, you are mandated by law to inform all people that was included there. In this case, it's sabi ni Jollibee, 11 million. They should inform that individually. Each and every one of them.
But they did ask Usec for a 20 days extension. Do we know why they need an extra 20 days? For, I think they said, internal investigation.
Well, I guess it's 11 million is still a very, it's very extensive.
Usec, how can people protect their data? I mean, it has been brought up na change your passwords regularly, diba? Or
Two-factor authentication.
two-factor, yan, mga OTPs. But, diba, how...
There are some information, let's delineate the type of information you have. There are some information which, if you have a human-to-human interaction, you should never, ever give out. Example, the back of your credit card. At the back of your credit card, there's a 3-digit code that's called a CVV or CVC, depending kung anong klaseng credit card mo. You're not supposed to give that to a person-to-person transaction. If somebody calls you and asks for your 3-digit code at the back of your credit card or your ATM card, never.
Okay.
The same with your OTP. Yung pinapadala sa text mo na code, never give it out. If it's a human-to-human interaction, somebody called you up and said, oh, by the way, I would like to verify who you are by sending you a code. Can you give me what the code is? Don't give it.
There are some instances where you have no control. For example, as you mentioned, the bank account details were hacked and gotten by these hackers. Paano naman yun? Anong laban? I mean, una-una na-inform ba ng mga bangko na binanggit nyo kanina, yung mga customers nila? And as a bank customer, should I change my passwords every month? Every so often? How often?
To be fair naman, the bank does prompt you to change your password. But there's also a button where you can waive it.
Parang every 3 months pa siya.
Every 3 months.
There are certain banks that require you to change it every 3 months.
Or some that will remind you, then you can waive it.
That's a good question, Gretchen. So these things, no, itong nahuli natin, they did this back in 2019 to 2021. So there's a good chance that you already changed your password. Unless you keep reusing your old password back in 2019 to 2021, there could be a problem. But right now, I think, alam niyo may audit features lahat ng mga bank. These are actually, it's a BSP requirement that all bank online sites actually have an audit mechanism where we can check kailan ba ako last nag-login? And then regularly check it. And then if there seems to be a suspicious activity there,
ibabalik naman sa'yo yung pera.
Medyo ibang usapan pa yun, ha? Pero pag may nakita ka na suspicious login, change ka na muna ng password, you know.
So always change your password.
Pero insured ba kami? Yun talaga. Mamaya tatanong natin.
Ibabalik ba yung pera? I think that's a better question for our next guest. No? Pero just to wrap everything up, Usec, ano ba talaga? Where do we stand right now with these arrests? This current arrests, are there more forthcoming?
Yes.
Meron pa ba kayong ibang minamanmanan? And once nahuli na tong mga, kumbaga, nasa top nung suspected list natin, can we expect na babawas na tong mga incidents? Or is that just wishful thinking? Kasi kaya parang habulan to.
And are we getting better at catching
We're getting
these
better.
hackers?
That's definitely happening. Are we at par with our regional counterparts? Maybe not yet, but we are getting there. Yes, siguro kayo lang nag-interview sa akin, sinabi ko, yes, we're also casing additional individuals, not only with the NBI, but the Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group. They also are casing a group of people that are responsible for the recent hackings. Remember that PNP-FEO was a very large data breach, and so they have a personal stake here, no? And they're casing.
With the Jollibee data breach, what information?
So that's it.
I think it's early days yet, but do we know anything about that?
Yeah, well, it's ang sabi nila is customer accounts, user accounts. We're still checking it. The problem naman with the private sector is that they do not have any mandatory reporting mechanism to us. So if they want us to help them, they'll ask us. Unlike government, kasi we have. Yes, we filed the cybersecurity law in Congress. And it's similar to all other countries. No? We have to have the correct statistics for hacking because the public needs to be informed.